Morning. Let's fire up the Magnum. We'll unhook the rock picker real quick. Run the Magnum over to the in-laws' yard. It's a few miles away from here. Clean up that big mess of fertilizer on the ground. Bring the Magnum back, hook it up to the rock picker, and then the hired man's going to come and pick rocks today. It's dry enough. They're calling for rain on Monday, Tuesday now. We just had a shot of rain. Like I told the rain to go over to everyone knows Dallas is there over on TikTok. He needs some rain. I guess it's not listening, but let's get this thing fired up. Well, it's warmed up enough. Got the rock picker unhooked. Let's zip over to that mess I got going on there. You can't quite tell in the video, but it's still wet in the furrows there. Like down in the furrow, the seed row. But it's dry enough to pick rocks, I'd say. And there's a lot of them out here. The young guy will be busy. I see the belts are squealing on that thing again. Okay, we'll fire up the old stagger. Fire up the peat. Move this stuff out of the way. Clean up that mess. There, we'll let this thing run for a bit. The peat's running now. Airing up. So listen to this. Last night when I went home, going through town, I seen a cop car with lights going on. I thought, oh yeah, whatever, somebody's pulled over, speeding or whatever. Get a little closer and I see cops standing there in the middle of the street, pointing me this way. Pull in there, and here it's a check stop. It was about, well, just before midnight. Pulled me in for a check stop. Have you had anything to drink in the last 15 minutes, sir? No, I have not. Have you had anything to smoke in the last 5 minutes, sir? No, I have not. So yeah, thank God I'm not a pothead. And good thing I wasn't drinking or anything, because yeah, they made me blow right there. She pulls out that thing, blowing this, please. And I was like, really? Yep, really. Woman cop too. They're always out there to prove something, it seems like, but she was actually pretty good. But yeah, so I had to blow right there. Of course, I was fine. I haven't had anything to drink for the last, I don't know how long, but and I don't smoke, so yeah, that was kind of interesting. I just wanted to get home by then, and then I gotta pull over at a check stop now. Jeez. Well, looking at that mess there, there's actually not that much there. I should have probably just grabbed the old scoop shovel and just whipped it around the grass right here and spread it around that way instead of bringing the tractor all the way here, but we're here now, so we'll get her cleaned up. Park the tractor and drill in that little field. That's where we'll start seeding first. Yeah, the more I think about it, I should have just used a shovel to clean this up. Now that I look at it now, there's not that much there, but oh well. Okay, we'll just back the peat up. Or actually, we can take the peat over that way, because that's where we'll need to fill next in that field over there. Take it over there. There! Can't even tell there was a big pile of fertilizer there. It's all cleaned up. Let's get this thing back to the rock picker, come back with the service truck and service some things up. Okay, we're back at the rock picker. Let's get her hooked back up with the young guy there. Get back to the drill. Man, those bells, how do they squeal sometimes and then just stop squealing other times? I don't get it. But let's get back to the drill. Well, we'll top this thing off with fuel. Get her fueled up. Then we'll fold her down. Replace those hoses. Do a little greasing. Then we should be good to go to start seeding. Hey, you remember where those hoses were we had to change? I think there was one on this side and one on the other side or something. I'll just climb up there and have a look. I think that's it. Just the two hoses. Replaced, no, not that one. That one. And one over there, the black one over there. That's That's good enough. Run her till the next white hose cracks or whatever. Place the tip. Okay, grease gun. Okay, she's greased up. Just gonna do another walk around. I think we're ready to go. We'll do a little short pass just to double check seed depth. I think it'll be where I want it, but we'll double check. Hoses are good, she's greased. All the plumbing set up the way it should be. Those little hoses coming down out of each tank, you know, they're all hooked up. Everything should be good. Yeah, I think we're ready to put her in the ground and scratch some dirt. Okay, let's check seed depth first of all. I have the openers down to explain something after we check seed depth here. Somebody had a question this morning, so. Okay, we got to find a nice seed row here, like right here. Right here, we'll check. That's a seed row right. It's hard to tell in the camera probably, but we'll check right there. Now, we gotta find a should only be going in about 3/4 of an inch. So let's see here. Oh, there's a seed already. See that seed there? That blue thing? That's a seed, but I want to see if I can find one right on the edge. There's one. Perfect. Okay, we'll go like this. Okay, there's your seed rows right there, right? See that seed? So how far do you think the seed is from the top? I'd say 3/4 of an inch, right where we want it. You know what, this sandy land, we could probably even go a little deeper. Could probably go an inch deep, but when we get back up to our place, I don't know. I think I'd rather have it sitting right about here. Well, that looks good to me. Yeah, that's definitely a seed. Okay, I found a different seed row. Found another seed. He looks even a little bit deeper. That's good. I think we're set right where we want it. Okay, we got a seed row here that looks like quite a few seeds on the ground. See that blue? There. A couple seeds on top is okay, but there's quite a few here. See that? And we need to find which shank that is, which opener, and see what's going on here. A few on top is okay, but that seems like too many to me. Okay, whereabouts was that? That was right in the middle of the drill somewhere, wasn't it? Where'd that go? Where'd it go? There was that many seeds, it shouldn't be hard to find. There it is. Right there. There. Might be another cracked hose that I missed or something. Another seed there, another one there. Here we go, another one there, there. Yeah, it's pretty much right in the middle of the drill. Oh, here, this will tell us, black dirt. Yeah, they trenched in a gas line or something here. I don't know what the heck they did. To the in-laws' house or something. Okay, now I'm not seeing any blue seeds where it's nice black dirt, where they're easy to see. Well, there's a couple. 1, 2, 3. Huh, that's weird. So I think something's going on. Doesn't seem right. Blue there, seed there. There's even some fertilizer sitting on top. What the heck? Another seed there. Another seed there. Okay, that's cart tires are right there, so it's somewhere in the middle there. Somewhere right here in one of these rows right here. Just inside the cart tires. We'll go check those seed shanks. So it's one of these rows right here. Now if we look, follow it up. So it's gotta be this one, that one, that one, this one. Could be any of these. Now we'll have to check each shank, make sure the hose is all the way in. That happens sometimes too. So let's have a look here. Well, that hose looks good there. That looks good there. That hose is good. That hose is good. Huh. So I had a question this morning. If somebody asked if I can explain the difference between the seed row and mid row. So the mid row is those mid row banders, these things. That's your mid row banders, mid row. Oh, look at that. That hose popped out. What's going on here? This is your seed row. Well, this right here, that's your opener, your seed row. So there's 48 shanks on this drill. It's a 40-foot drill, 10-inch spacing. There's 48 seed openers. Now the mid row banders go in between every second seed row. You know what I mean? So there's 48 seed openers, which would mean 24 mid row banders. Now if you look at the back of the drill here, might be hard to tell, but okay. You see this packer wheel right there? Hang on, let me zoom in. Yeah, you see that packer wheel right there? There's a seed opener right in front of that opener, or packer wheel. And that packer wheel, there's an opener right in front of that packer wheel. Now, if you look between these two packer wheels, there's a mid-row bander in front of that. See it? See that disc right there? So that disc is an opener as well, just a different style of opener. And it's putting fertilizer right in between that seed row and that seed row, right in the middle. So there's 24 mid-row banders going in between every second seed row. So anytime I say the mid-row, that's what I'm talking about. Some guys like the mid-row banders because it's putting the fertilizer, you know, here's one seed row, here's the next seed row. The fertilizer's going right in here. You can't see it because it's just that blade making a nice thin slice in there. So when the fertilizer is placed here, look how far away it is from the seed. That's Bourgault's claim to fame. You can put tons of fertilizer down that way and you won't hurt the seed. Some guys don't like it because they claim it's too far away from the seed. You're just fertilizing weeds. I don't know. This farm's first air drill ever, so we have nothing to compare it to, right? I've ran Buddy's John Deere Conservapack. It seemed okay. The biggest thing I didn't like was the field finish after. It was, instead of mid-row banding, it was side row, or side banding. So instead of those discs at the front of the drill, the John Deere Conservapack has a seed opener. Forget how they work now. Seed opener here, and then the John Deere Conserva Pack has another shank right beside or something, or one way or the other, right? Fertilizer goes a little deeper, and that particular drill Buddy has is sidebound, so the seed sits just off to the side, kind of on a shelf, a little bit higher and to the one side of the fertilizer. I think that's why it leaves such a rough finish, because it's such a deep furrow, and the packer wheels on that John Deere Conserva Pack are really narrow and pointy, so it pushes that way down in there, and is it a rough finish. You can't even go at an angle across the furrows. It rattles your teeth out. Even after you land roll, it's still rough. I don't like it. It's really the biggest reason I wouldn't want a John Deere Conserva Pack. But anyway, I hope that answers that guy's question. Seed row is right here. Other seed row is right there. That mid row bander, where are we here? No, okay, so in between this row right here, between this shank and that shank, there's no fertilizer, because it's every second, right? So then it would be between here, this one, and that opener up there. And the mid-row bander is right down here. And then again, every second. Some guys like the mid-row banders because it pops up less rocks, but more maintenance comes with that, right? You got a bearing on every one of those discs, so there's 24 mid-row banders, 2 bearings per disc, so there's 48 more bearings on this thing. I don't know. Lots of guys run Bourgault. Some guys run John Deere Conserva Pack. Some guys run Seed Hawk, Batterstad. They all got their ups and downs. Not sure I'd go Bourgault again. I don't know. I like the heavy weight of the frame on this thing, but each to your own. Yeah, so I think I found that problem why there's seed on top of the ground right here. I'm looking down at the openers itself thinking a hose popped out of the opener, but it's right there. I'm pretty sure that's why there's seed on the ground. Missed that hose. Wow. Oh, look, there's wheat even right here. That's been like that a while. How could I have missed that? Jeez. Well, we'll have to go back to the truck. It's just back over here. Get this hose replaced. Man, that's been like that a while too. That sucks. And I just realized we didn't do a run check before we started seeding. What the heck? We gotta do that, especially with canola. Canola's pretty important to make sure you're doing everything you can to make that crop grow as good as it can. That's just way too much money to just it'll be all right. Okay, let's zip around back to the truck, get that hose replaced, do a run check, and then hopefully start seeding. Okay, we got a black hose on this guy. Now we can do a run check, double check every opener, every seed opener, and every mid-row bander for fertilizer coming out. Put this thing away first. We'll give this handle a little flip. Fans are on, it'll blow some seed and fertilizer through everything. Should be enough. There, see, we got to make sure there's blue stuff at every seed opener, and then there's your phos. That's your phosphate fertilizer. Make sure there's that stuff at every one of these. And then the white stuff and a little bit of red at every mid-row bander. Takes a little bit of time doing all this, but it's got to be done. You have to double check all this stuff, because look what happened yesterday. If I would have double checked the cart inside, around, I might have caught that diverter gate off. I don't know. Probably not. I probably would have forgotten either way, but And it's funny, I wasn't even in a hurry, right? Normally when I get in a hurry, I'm just checking every seed opener and mid-row bander as we're talking here. Normally when I get in a hurry, that's when I'll forget stuff. I wasn't in a hurry yesterday. Almost forgot the stock trailer to put the canola seed in. Oh, speaking of canola seed, we got to put a couple more bags on the cart because we only got one bag inside the cart right now. That's not going to seed very far. But I'm not going to put any more in the cart until we seed that out. See how many acres the monitor's showing and gauge it from there because we don't want to be overseeding this stuff. Okay, so far so good. There's fertilizer at every mid-row bander so far. Seed and phos at every seed opener so far. This is where it gets a little tricky because the hitch and all that's in the way. So we got to crouch down. Check every single one. Yep, so far so good. You can see quite a bit. This blue is really easy to see. The wheat is a little harder to see when you do a run check with wheat. I can't quite see that opener right there. I can't remember if I seen it from this angle. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, everything looks good here. And we're still not in a hurry. It's still not late. Like, it's not late to be seeding canola, but if it does rain Monday and Tuesday like they're calling for, you know, you can't seed in the rain, so we'll be shut down again Monday, Tuesday, probably Wednesday, depending how much rain a guy gets, maybe even Thursday. I don't know. It's going to depend on how much rain we get, right? So okay, we've just checked every single seed opener, every mid-row bander. I think we're good to go. Okay. Oh, we gotta put seed up. See, I almost forgot again. That's how bad my memory is. Unreal. All right, we got seed on top of the cart there. A couple bags in the bag lift itself. Go seed. We'll have the intake camera zoomed in on the canola, and then once it starts getting down into that little neck, we'll watch it really close, see what the acres are showing on the monitor, and just try to gauge it the best we can. Okay, it's down in that neck now. It's going to be hard to see it right away. You won't see it at all, actually. We're only at 5.3 acres. Seeded so far, so that neck is fairly long to the metering auger, but we'll go until we can't see it, until we think it's getting close to running out, and we'll have to stop and check. Okay, one thing we haven't checked yet is to see if any of those seeds are sticking to the packer wheels. The tires on the cart are got a little bit of mud sticking to them, dirt. That's not good. Let's jump out here and check that out. And while we're at it, we'll look inside the seed compartment. I think I can see it on the camera still, but it's kind of hard to tell now. We're at 6.8 acres. So we'll see how much seed is left in that compartment. Holy crap. There's a lot more sticking to these packer wheels than I thought there was. And this is sandy land. I didn't think it'd be... Yeah, see, there's a seed. That's not good. Let's check another random packer wheel here. Nothing on there. I mean, if there's only one, maybe two, guy can live with that, but when it starts sticking to when the seed starts sticking to the packer wheel steady, you're pulling that seed right back out of the ground. That's not good. Look how much stuff's sticking to the tires. Wow. Huh. I honestly didn't think it was this wet still in this sand down here, but maybe it is. Oh, there's another one, see? That could just be a cracked seed, actually. That's not a seed. And when there's that much mud sticking to the packer wheel, it raises the packer wheel out of the ground, which in turn lifts that opener out of the ground, which is not putting the seed in as deep as you want it to. This isn't terrible, but that's way worse than I thought it was. Holy crap, I don't know if we can... Oh, there's another one. Is that a seed or just a part of a cracked seed? No, that's just part of the treatment on the seed. That's not an actual seed. I think we're okay. That's a seed. That's the first seed so far. I think we're gonna keep going. There's another one. Oh my. That's definitely a canola seed. Yeah. That's just cracked. That's a canola seed. That's a canola seed. That's a canola seed. Oh my. This ain't good. This is not good. Another one. Wow. I didn't think it was this wet still. That's just a cracked seed. Well, let's go see what's left in the cart for seed. I think we're gonna keep going. I don't really want to, but we shut down today. Come back tomorrow, should be good. That only leaves one day of seeding, and then if it rains Monday, we're shut down again for who knows how long. Clouding up again already. Look. Wow. Well, let's check inside there. Oh, wow. It's down there quite a bit. There's not much seed left in there. See it down there? Huh. I don't think there's much left at all. Rock Picker Man just phoned. Said it's starting to spit there too. Man, this weather. I think we're going to chance it. Keep going. I think our seed rate's a little heavy. I'm pretty sure we're almost empty and we only got, what was it, 7 acres? May as well say 7 acres. Yeah. Oh, I should have put another bag of seed in while we were up there, because we're not going to seed very long and we'll be out again. I think I'll put one more bag in, lower the seed rate, and then try to get it so we're seeding 10 acres for one bag. Whether or not the monitor's close to actual acres seeded, I don't know. But yeah, let's go throw another bag in right now. Forgot about that. One more bag, and then we should be able to seed to what? 17 acres, then we'll be empty again. I'll lower the seed rate a little bit. So here's that lower spot that I was concerned about seeding through. We may as well just try and go for it right now. Hopefully we make it. We're not seeding as deep either with the seeding canola, so it's not pulling as hard. I think we're gonna be okay right here anyway. Closer to the water that way might be a different story, but oh yeah, we made her. Tires didn't even get wet through here. It'll certainly be wet on the cart tires because it's churned up, but made her no problem. Good, I didn't feel like unhooking and hooking and getting that big tow rope. Well, if we made her right full, by the time we get to there, the way this whole field is gonna be seeded, how I'm gonna do it, we should be pretty well empty over there, or closer to empty anyways. I think we'll be all right. Look, starting to rain. We got those canola bags still sitting on the cart with seed in it. We're gonna have to go put them back or put them in the, throw them in the air cart. It's just starting to go down the neck now. We got 14.2 acres. We should actually be able to seed like, well, at least to 17, if not 18, before we run out of seed again. I hope it's close, and then we'll just go jump out, put the rest of those bags in the air cart. And then we might have to shut down if it's going to rain. And that's another reason why I put the pallet of canola inside that blue stock trailer, so that if it rains like this, they're not sitting out in the open in the back of a truck. Wow, I didn't think it was supposed to rain today. Probably won't amount to much, but it's just about going to disappear down in that neck there. I think we're 16.5 acres on the monitor. I think we'll probably call that good. So that if we're out either way, we're still okay. That's getting down there pretty good. And that zooms in quite a bit. That's good. I like that. As long as we get to 17 acres before getting empty, I think we'll call her good. And it looks like we're just about there now. 16.6. Okay, we'll call that good. I think there's still, I think there's still seed down in there. It's kind of hard to tell, but that's getting awfully low. It might have ran right out, and we're about 17 acres now. I think we'll call that set. Is it still raining? I think it stopped raining, so that's good. Let's go throw the, should we throw the rest of the bags in? Because whatever bags are left on the cart should seed this field. Well, maybe not. We might need one extra bag. There's a lot of overlap. There's a lot of sloughs in here, around and around, so a lot of overlap. Those bags are probably wet now. If we take the chance, call her set, throw them in, and see how far we get. Well, that's it. We're shut down now. I took the chance, put the rest of the bags, gotta lower that bag lift. Put the rest of the bags in the cart, call it good, and I guess go home again. I can't believe it. Just a cloud right here. Well, ouch. Did it stop raining now? It stopped raining now, I think. No, it's still dribbling. Just a light drizzle. It's too wet now. Depending if the sun comes out later this afternoon, it's already after dinner. I think today's shot. Wow, didn't even get 2 rounds around this 80-acre field. I did not think it was going to rain today. Yeah, look, I mean, it didn't even get wet under the trailer there. You can see the difference, but I wonder if it... Oh, good, it's not wet inside there. See, that's why I use the old stock trailer. Because if those bags were sitting out in the open, they'd be... Actually, I should take that cardboard Oh, that cardboard did get a little wet. Set that on top. And whatever plastic wrap is on it should drain off. Plus it's inside the trailer. Oh, we'll go unhook this trailer at the yard somewhere. I don't see the point dragging this back to our farm. I got a better idea. We'll park this thing right inside the shop here. There's enough seed in the cart to do that 80-some acre field. And if we're shut down today, we might only get tomorrow to seed. And if it rains Monday, we might not need this seed for a while. I don't know. But we'll just put it in here either way. Let's get her unhooked. Well, I haven't left from down here yet. Talked to a couple of friends on the phone, see if they're still going. And yeah, they're going back up around home. One of the neighbors up there. Didn't rain at all up there. Oh, I should get those empty bags out of the bag lift, throw them in the stock trailer. Oh, the stock trailer's in the shop now. Frick, I forgot to put those in there. Well, I'm just thinking, like, the ground's already dried up. Like, it probably just barely settled the dust kind of thing. The wind's up. I wish the sun would come out, but I wonder if a guy could start going again. You know, you look at the tractor and it's completely dry. You wouldn't even know it rained out here. I'm just worried if we get shut down Monday all day, Tuesday all day, most likely be shut down Wednesday after it stops raining, and probably Thursday. Might get going again Friday, you know, and then if it rains again after that, then holy man, then it's the end of May already. So let's take a look here. Hey, you look at the ground, you wouldn't even really know it rained. You can see, I mean, you can tell it's a little wet there, but you can see it's dry, you know, dried there already. I mean, it can be wet. There's nothing wrong with that, but as long as it's not sticking to these packer wheels, that's the only thing. Wind's up. I was gonna run home, do something at our farm, but I don't know. I should just hang out here a little longer, I think, and try it again. Well, let's get those bags out of the bag lift. I'll just back the truck up, stand on the tailgate. Well, I can't sit here wondering if it's too wet or is it dry enough. Let's just fire it up. Go back to where we left off at that round there where we put the rest of the bags in the cart. We'll go back there, finish that round. And then when we finish that round, we'll stop, check the packer wheels, see how many seeds are sticking to the packer wheels, and gauge it from there. Well, we finished that round. Went back to the other end of the field here. See how many seeds are sticking to the packer wheels. That's pretty wet. No seed. Oh, there's a little bit of it. Well, that's just cracked seed. Another chunk of blue, cracked seed. Doesn't really seem any. There's a seed. That's an actual seed. Yeah. Maybe not. Doesn't really seem to be much worse than before. Cracked seed. That's probably 1/8 of an inch. Nah, 1/16 of an inch of mud on the packer wheel, probably. Well, that wheel spins easy. Huh. Cracked seed. seem a whole lot worse than before that little sprinkle. Looking on the ground, you can tell it's a little bit wetter now than it was before, but that only makes sense. Well, there's a seed, I think. Or is that just cracked? No, it just cracked. Good old meat grinding metering augers. Yeah, that's probably a 1/16 of an inch of mud on there. Well, I think we're going to try another round. It's only going to get drier from now on. I would just hate to park it. It rains again. You're down again. Sound like a broken record, I know, but let's try another round. Just did another round. Let's have a peek at these packer wheels. Oh, there's one there. Yeah, that's definitely a seed. But it's starting to show the wheel here, though. So well, there's a seed. That's just, well, that's a seed as well. Yeah. Ha! Looks like it's getting better though, because you can see part of the packer wheel now. Whereas when we first started, it was completely covered. I think we're going to keep going. It's only going to get better as we go. Wind's still blowing. If we put this field, put her in the mud, well, I got to do something. That's just part of treatment flaked off. Look at all those roots stuck to the openers. All the roots from that volunteer wheat, man, that got out of control just about. Yeah, I mean, one or two seeds stuck to the packer wheel. I don't think that's the end of the world. Let's keep going. Well, we're about half done this field already. 42 whatever acres it's showing. I think this field's like 83 or something like that. Sure don't feel like we're half done. Just because all those sloughs in the middle over here, and then this lease road, and it just, yeah, it's so deceiving, this field. Should we go right through it? I don't know. We're gonna try a little faster, maybe. We're about half full. Oh yeah, we got her. Not bad at all. Oh, we're actually less than half full now, so that helps. But I think we'll go right through it. If we went through over there, this shouldn't be a problem either. I hope not. It is wet. I'm gonna try not to gear up this time. Oh yeah, I think we're good. Oh yeah. Okay, now we just got a few longer passes over there, and that'll have it for this field. Yeah, so there's, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 5, maybe 6, 7 passes. Not quite half a mile, I guess. And that should have her for this field, and then I think we're gonna have enough seed, and we should, because I put 9 bags in there total. And this field is 83 or so acres. And with all the overlap, there probably won't be much seed left, but I think we'll have enough. I guess we'll have to move the truck too to finish the field off, but we'll do that last, just in case we need a bag anyway. And then from here, I think we'll go to that field right over there. It's a 30-acre field. And the reason we're going to do that field right over there next, because there's a laneway right there. Other side of that laneway is 30-acre field. The reason we're going to do that field next is because we should have enough fertilizer on the cart to do that field. And then once that field's done, then we'll reload, and then we should have enough to finish the canola acres down here at the in-laws. And then a big move home after that. I think I just replaced that hose. See it popped off there? See that tower? There's a black hose that's supposed to be connected to that. Not very often a hose pops off like that. I must have cut that hose a little too short. So that when the opener, is that on the opener or mid-row? Yeah, that's the opener, seed opener. So when the opener drops into the ground, the hose gets tight because it's so short, and then just pulled out. Huh. Well, for now, I guess we'll just go put it back on, and it lasted most of the field, so I'll try to finish up with it the way it is. Go put it back on. That's probably why it popped off. The hose clamp is stripped. I don't think I have any hose clamps in the tractor. They're in the truck. I'll check the tractor, but if not, we'll have to stop, grab one at the truck, and while we do that, we'll move the truck off the field so we can finish seeding here. Well, we may as well check all the other hoses too. Make sure they're on the openers and stuff. Yeah, they all look good there. Yeah. Yep. Everything looks good, I think. Just that one hose clamp. So we'll check that end over there, do a walk around. Just to double check everything. Mud sticking to the tires, going through that low spot right here probably. Yeah, it's borderline wet, but I can't sit around. I think we're all good here. Okay, let's seed our way back to that end. Hopefully that hose won't pop off. Well, the hose is on, but there's no hose clamps in here, so we'd have to go back that way anyway. But yeah, it looks like that hose is a little bit too short. Well, what a guy could do is try find a new spot for that hose. Try find a hose that's about the same length or a little shorter than that. Put that one on there and then cut a new length for right there so that it's not so stretched, because it looks pretty tight when the openers are down. There's got to be another hose that'll work on somewhere. Well, right on, we're getting her done, eh? We're going through this low spot here where I was a little concerned that it might be too soft for that big cart, but I think we'll be alright if we've made it this far. We got around the water spot there. We're past that water now, so I think we'll be alright for this field. But that other field's got some potholes in it too with water, so I guess we'll see in that field if we start slipping. Okay, we'll move the truck. Grab a few clamps actually, to have a couple spares in the tractor. Put a new hose clamp on and try to get this field done. Wow. There. So spare hose clamps in the middle now. Let's try to get this done. Well, we got a little sliver right here. And then up there, you can see that spot right there, a different color. That's got to be seeded. And then right where the truck is parked, the entrance to the field, like the headlamp, right at the entrance. I didn't do that yet, so we'll get that done. This field is finished. Well, we got that field done. That's one of those fields where auto steer you don't really use a whole lot because you're going around sloughs all day. It seems like you're getting lots done, but you're actually, production is just terrible because you're turning around half the day. But it's done. And I finally got this field done in the daylight. I don't know what it is. It seemed like every year, whether it was seeding it, combining it, swathing it before I had a straight cut header, it was always in the dark. Just the way it worked out and just the way things seem to work out. Well, I got to get her done, so I'm gonna keep going, you know what I mean? So finally got her done during the day. But I think our seed rate might be a little bit light now because that field was 80, well, the monitor's showing 84 acres. But the sprayer, I think, showed 83. I think 83 the sprayer showed. When I thought the sprayer would be most accurate with the GPS and what do you call that? Sectional control, you know, not overspraying a whole bunch. So if I'm only showing 84.6 on the drill, I don't know if I'd call that very accurate. I would assume I'd be overseeding or overlapping way more than 1 acre. So we put 9 bags in, and there's still probably, I bet there's 10 acres left in there yet. So I think I lowered the seed rate to 4.2, which it should have been 4.7 is what the bag says right on it. 4.7 pounds an acre. 1 bag seeds 10 acres. So we might be a tad bit light now, but it's not it's not a wreck or anything, I don't think. But we'll grab some more bags. We'll need about 3 bags to seed this next field, There's a bit of overlap in that one too. So maybe we'll grab, there's a little bit left in there. Maybe we'll grab 4 bags just to be sure. And then we'll have enough to finish that field. And then we'll have to fill up fertilizer after that. So I guess let's go to the yard, stop right by the shop there, and I'll just carry 4 bags to the cart out of the shop there. And then throw them on the bag lift, and I think we'll just throw them right in the compartment. I think the seed rate's close. We just gotta ramp it back up a little bit. 4.7 to 4.2 was 0.5 lower, so we'll put it somewhere in between there. And I think that'll be good. 4.4 or something maybe. Okay, let's go to the yard. Okay, we got 4 bags I put in the compartment there. Oh, I gotta top up the tank there. Say it's full on the monitor here. That was one thing I just remembered about the John Deere Conserva Pack when I was running Buddy's, helping Buddy there, running his. He had I think it was a 550 bushel cart, I think. But I remember when we were putting canola bags in, I remember him telling me, yeah, you got to make sure, and when you pour the bags in, you can't just pour it in one spot. You got to spread it over the whole bottom of that tank, because that metering roll on those John Deere Conserva Pack carts are about 3 feet long. So if you dumped all your bags on one end, or like in the same spot inside the compartment, it would be all piled up on top of that meter, or like metering roll. And I remember him telling me, you got to make sure to spread it out, because it won't shake and level out by itself. It won't do it. He said I thought it would on side hills and stuff, but it doesn't. So if you pile it all up on one end and you're seeding, and if that one end of the metering roll has no seed on it, well, then part of your drill is not seeding, right? And I thought, okay, well, that's easy. And then when we got this Borgo outfit, I remember dumping the bags in, whatever, thinking, okay, I got to remember to spread it out evenly inside that compartment. Well, the Borgo doesn't matter, because when you look inside there, it all flows down into one spot. Then it goes to that metering, the meat grinder they call it, metering auger. So it doesn't matter how you dump the bags in these air carts. It all flows down, funnels in, like a little different setup than the John Deere. And that was another thing I don't like about the John Deere Conserva Pack. Not a big deal, right? Not a big thing, but just when you're dumping the bags in, you got to remember to spread it out a little bit on the John Deere. And this thing, it don't matter, just dump them in, you're good to go. But anyway, let's get this thing folded down, and we'll try hammer this 30-acre field off tonight. Sun's going to go down right away. If we can get this done, which I'm sure we will, we should have lots of fertilizer. Should have lots of seed down. As long as we don't break down. I'm not sure if I'm going to do any more tonight after that. Well, we'll see how it goes. Last pass of this 30-acre field, and then we'll be pretty low on fertilizer. Well, that back tank's almost empty. Wow. It'll make this pass though. Oh no, it won't. Look. It's pretty well out. That's okay. This last pass can get a little bit less fertilizer. It's not going to hurt nothing. Oh, it's not out yet. Look at that. It's going to run out right at the end of this pass, I bet you. But anyway, yeah, we're on the last pass. It's not very far away. We'll be done. And I think I'm gonna, I forgot, there's a little bit fertilizer left in the peat. I say we put whatever fertilizer is left in the cart and see how a guy feels after that. I see there's some dust flying now, so it did dry up throughout the day here. Let's see if how much fertilizer's in there, and then maybe go seed that out. Well, we'll see once we get loaded. Okay, we're folded up. Let's drive to this next little field right here, just beside the bin yard, or the yard of the in-laws. It's a 7-acre field. 7. I call it the test plot. And it'll be the last field to get seeded down here. And we're going to do a little test when we seed it. Earlier today I explained the mid-row banders, you know, side band, mid-row band. Borgo's claim to fame, you can put as much fertilizer as you want down the mid-rows, you'll never hurt that seed. So what I want to do when we seed this test plot, we're going to crank that back compartment and the front compartment, which has the nitrogen and I think sulfur and whatever else. We're going to crank both those tanks wide open, which should be about 275 pounds per tank, which adds up to 550 pounds of blend per acre. On paper, that is. I don't know if it'll actually put down that much, but let's try that. Whenever we seed this, probably tomorrow. I'm hoping tomorrow if things go good. And we'll see what happens. It's pretty sandy land though, so I don't know. The one time when I had Buddy seeding for us with his John Deere Conserva Pack, we tried a little test on this field. We did 400 pounds of fertilizer blend side banded. Now, that particular year, side banded, that much fertilizer, that close to the seed, you could see the plant, it hurt it. It burnt it a little bit. I think it wasn't a very wet year, so the sandy land, not much rain, it kind of hurt the plant. You could see it. So I'm curious to see what this thing's going to do at like 550 pounds down the mid-rows. Let's park the tractor and drill right here somewhere. Just leave it folded up, I guess. And then the peat's like right there in the yard. Not very far, so we'll park it here and then we'll grab the peat. See how long those lights last before they shut off again. And it's sure nice having them on. Shut these fans off, pace it out, and I'll know where to park the peat. Yeah, I don't think there's a whole bunch really at all left in the peat for fertilizer, but well, there's enough phos, I know, but not enough what do you call it, blend for the mid-rows. So we'll put whatever left of blend there is in the cart, and then see where we're at. Yeah, the peat's just right there. You can see that shiny thing up ahead. Right there. Not very far at all. A little bit of a breeze tonight. There's not much dew right now. Guys should probably keep going if it's gonna rain Monday, Tuesday. How's that? Seems like we're far away. Maybe not. So, I'm thinking what we're gonna do, since there's hardly any fertilizer left in the trailer. I don't think there's hardly any in here. Yeah, not much. Since we have a hard time reaching that back compartment of the cart, let's put all the fertilizer in the front, and we can put just as much down per acre out of that front compartment as we can the front and back together, you know what I'm saying? It'll just be a lot easier doing it that way because the front compartment of the cart lines up perfect with the front hopper of the trailer. And then we'll put a little bit of foss in too, I guess. But I know there's enough foss on the trailer to do all the acres left down here at the in-laws. Just not enough of the other stuff. So let's get that conveyor out, I guess. You know what I'm going to do in the future? Either take that light right here on the conveyor right off, or move it from there right down to here. Because when I'm looking up this way, where the spout is up top, right, I can't see anything with that light right in your eyes. They mounted it too far up. So yeah, I'm either gonna go here. Oh, I got it too tight. I'm just gonna fold it down. But yeah, I'm gonna move it to here, I think, later on. But for now, what if we go like this? Oh, so much better. Like, it's bright. Yeah, that's better. You can see something though. Yeah, that's got to be moved down here. Anyway, let's get this set up. How did I screw that up? We're like not even close. Like, look how that's set up at the foss compartment, right where I want it, and we're like not even under the hopper at all. Well, it's hard to tell, but yeah, we're like not even. I thought it looked far away. How did I pace it out wrong? Can't count now or what? Well, now we got to get the conveyor out of the way, back up and move the feet over at least like 2 feet. How did I? Anyway, well, look at that. The trailer's already empty, or close to it. I just walked up to the top, and if we're gonna put down all the blend out of the front tank, we won't be seeding very long, and we'll be out of fertilizer, but that's okay. It's late enough. Let's go empty the trailer right out, I guess. Open that slide gate all the way. There's quite a bit that actually hangs up in there when you open that slide gate all the way. Well, there's quite a bit in there, actually. Well, not really, because it's, yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Let's go try seed that out tonight yet. We got lots of foss. Oh, we'll need seed too, I suppose. Lots of foss. It don't have to be full, because whatever's in there will probably finish the acres down here. But we should grab a few more bags of seed. There's probably only 10, 20, 30 acres maybe. I don't know. We'll take the peat back to the yard. Grab a few bags, just throw it on the service truck there. And then throw a few more bags in. Okay, let's add a few more bags. Okay, that's lots. That should probably be enough to finish. If it's not enough to finish canola acres down here at the in-laws, probably only one more bag after that. Okay, we all secure lids. Better double check that. Yep. Okay, let's go seed for a while. Yeah, see, there's packer wheel showing now. It's not all caked up all the way around it. There is some actual tire showing there. Not a lot, but some. Better than it was anyway. With all this rain in the forecast, I say we keep going. Okay, we just got to the field here. Better check some hoses. Make sure they're all on. Yeah, that row looks good. How about the second row, middle row? Yeah, they all look on there. They all look good. How about the back row? Yeah. Okay. We should be good to go. This is one of those hills that if I was right full, I don't know if I'd go up it. It's pretty steep. Of course, camera doesn't show justice, but this was the other spot I was worried about. Like that other field when we were doing the wheat. I spun out. Going up the hill, I had to lift the drill out of the ground. But the cart was pretty well full, and I wanted to try it with the extra weight and horsepower full, and it just, yeah, it still didn't do it. But going back this way is even worse. See if it'll show justice here. It's not a big hill, but it's just so sharp, steep, but short. Light bar pointing way up in the sky. It's not bad. The hill's not bad right now at all. Yeah, it's pulling it no problem. Because the cart's pretty well empty. Well, that's it. We're right out of fertilizer blend. So go home. May as well take the peat home tonight. Then we'll go get fertilizer first thing in the morning, come back down, load the cart. Hoping things go good and we'll get this done tomorrow. And if things go really good, we'll get this done and equipment moved back home. But let's not get too carried away. Let's just hopefully we can get this in-laws stuff seeded tomorrow. While the old girl cools down, I'm gonna go start the peat. Let her warm up, air up, and head her home. Well, the old girl should be warmed up by now. I'm heading her home. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.